New York gobblers down, baby. Yeah. Yeah. What is going on? I am in New York. It is Tuesday, the 18th. Finally got a couple days of good weather to make it up here and hunt for a couple days. Probably gonna hunt at least 3, maybe 4 days here. See how it goes. See how many birds I'm hearing and what I'm seeing. But got camp set up. Everything I need to stay for a couple days. So I found a longbeard. It's over on another property I can hunt. But watched him out there picking in the field for a while. I was gonna try and watch him all night, but he was a ditch in between fields there with some trees. He actually pitched across it when he flew over the trees there into the other field. I lost him. I never saw him again. There's only two mature woodlots that he could roost in. Now there's a deer up in front of me. I'm gonna go out to the end of this ridge and listen. But there's only 2 woodlots he could be roosted in over there, so that's probably where I'm gonna be in the morning, unless I can pinpoint one out here and be able to get real close to him. But I know there's a gobbler over there, and he was by himself out there picking in the field. So mosquitoes are getting me. I forgot my thermocell. Well, I have it. It's in my turkey vest. Not with me though. But if I can roost one out here and pinpoint exactly where he is, I might get on this one. But last year I didn't hear a bird out through here, so good chance I'm going to be over there on that lone longbeard I saw this evening. Like I said, I know 2 woodlots he can be roosted in. The one woodlot I killed a gobbler in 2 years ago. It was actually 2 gobblers together. But if he's roosted in that, I know exactly how to get in that woodlot and exactly where to set up in there. I mean, it's a nice little ridge, open woods. I'd love it if he's roosted in there. That's the direction he's headed, so I'm hoping he's in there. But I'm gonna get in between those 2 woodlots in the morning and listen for him to gobble and go from there. That's the game plan as of now. Like I said, unless I can pinpoint one right here at the end of this ridge, and right out here, this is where I killed my double-bearded birds, both of them. So there is a chance there could be one roosted out here. But I don't know where that deer got to. I don't want it running and snorting. Work out here a little further and do some owl hooting.
This bird is roosted about 60 yards to my right. I like getting in tight, but not this tight. Jeez. I'm so glad I stood beside this big double oak. There's a good chance he's gonna pitch right to this field right here. This is exactly where he was last night when he pitched up into that tree. I thought he pitched over the trees to the other field though.
baby. Yeah. New York Goblin down, baby. Yeah. Yeah, baby. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Oh my gosh. Oh man. Oh man. That was awesome. That was awesome. He had a hen with him. Hen came into him. Unbelievable. First morning in New York. About five. It's 5:42 now. I'd say it's been 5 minutes or so since I shot him. Unbelievable. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Oh, that was a pretty good poke, but that bird was roosted right here to my right, and I thought I heard him come down. So I threw my cameras on, but I knew he didn't, fly far at all. I'm like, he can't do it all but drop straight down. And then he was quiet for like, I bet close to 10 minutes, nothing. And then finally a crow out there, and he gobbled right out here in the field. And I'm like, oh my gosh, he's right in front of me. But it rolls down off that can't see much more than 20 yards. I don't know if the camera even got him, because I could see 4 inches of his head stick up out there. I saw it pop up the one time, and then it went down, and I kind of just got my gun pointed that direction. And I saw it sticking up again, was able to get it in the scope and pulled the trigger and put him down. But when I ran out there, a hen flew off, so he did have a hen come in. That's why he shut up and flew down. I just got lucky and was this close to him, this tight on the roost. I cannot believe that bird roosted right here. He flew up on the roost at like 7:30 last night. I don't even think it was that, like 7:25 or something, I think, when I looked. Unbelievable. So there's my setup. It's a big double oak right there, and I was sitting on on this side would be the right side of that tree, but I got in, I stood there right in front of it, and he gobbled, I mean like right here. And last night, I was out there on that road, I saw him through that gap, over here feeding on this hill. I'm like, that's a gobbler. And I knew he was a big bird, but I was like, I could not put a beard on him. So I snuck into the corner over there and was watching him. He was just out here picking, and all of a sudden he like runs about 10 yards and flies. And I heard him like, bust through some branches, but there's a field, so you got a gully here, and it comes up to another field, and I thought he must have went across to that field and then he's gonna go over there to roost. There's a big wood lot. Well, he just pitched up and went in a tree right here. And when I come in here this morning and I started seeing these good mature trees, and there's actually some pines in here, I was like, there is a chance he roosted right in here. So when I stood against that big oak right there, and it just started getting daylight. Up here in New York, it gets light early. It was about 4:50, and I hooted and nothing. I waited a minute or two, I hooted again, he gobbled right here, and I just pulled everything around the side of the tree right there, and just, yeah, got ready. I had to use, there was a branch there, I used my one decoy bag to hold the branch out of the way and stuff, because I knew I could not go anywhere. And yeah, he must have pitched down, either pitched straight down, and I mean, I could see out straight out through here, so he didn't land out in here. He had to either land right there, or right on the bank, and he walked up, because he was right, I'd say about right there where my finger is where he was laying. But there was a hen right over here that flew. But yeah, those couple soft yelps got him to move this way a little and pop his head up enough that I could get him killed. What a morning. Right off the roost, first morning in New York. This state is good to me, I'm telling you. Jeez. I think he's a 2-year-old bird. You can see, I mean, he doesn't have much for a rope on him, but he's a longbeard. That's why I couldn't see it well last night, but I knew that just the size of the bird. I see him standing out there with his breast sticking out like it did. I'm like, that is not a jake, it can't be. And I had to get close enough and verify it with my binocs, but it was a longbeard, the only one I heard this morning, so I'm not sure what I'm gonna do the rest of the week, but bird down. Here's the big tree I kind of hid behind. But yeah, first I was standing about right here, and I'm telling you, he was right in the tree right here. I just luckily was right here at this big tree. You can see my decoy bag, I propped this branch out of the way, this big pine branch. Couldn't do much, but there it is. What a first morning in New York. So I guess going over why that guy got killed, I'd say finding him last evening through driving around. I went by that one field there, and just through one fence row, across another field, another fence row. There's a gap there big enough. I seen a bird out there, and I knew as big as dark as he was, it had to have been a gobbler. And, well, I had the binocs on him for the longest time, and I could not put that beard on him. So I actually backed up, parked there, and I snuck down through a fence row and got a better look at him, and I could tell, then it was a longbeard. And then through watching him, after a while, it was only like 7:20, 7:30. He kind of he wasn't, spooked or anything. He just kind of ran like 8-10 yards and flew. And I thought the way that it was like kind of a ditch / hollow there, because, up to another field over there. I thought he went over the trees to get over to that other field. He's going to go that way and roost. There's a big wood lot over there. Well, here he roosted right in there. When I got in there this morning, I'm walking through there, and there were some good mature trees in there, and even a couple pines, and I'm like, there's a good chance that bird just roosted right in here. And that spot kind of put me in the middle of 2 wood lots, so I was like, not sure which one he went to the roost, so that's where I wanted to start. And it started getting light there enough that I thought I might be able to get one to gobble. I hooted and nothing. A minute or two later there, I hooted again and he gobbled. And it was just like, man, he is 50, 60 yards here. And luckily I stood against that big double oak, and I just put that between me and him right away and pulled everything, behind that tree. Got set up, and I was just, praying he didn't see me or know I was around, and then he started gobbling, and you heard in the video there, he gobbling good. I did give him some, couple yelps just on that side, just because I knew like he could pitch out to the other side, and there's a field out there, so I wanted him to pitch into the field right there in front of me, and that's what he did. But he gobbled there good, and then all of a sudden he was quiet, and I heard something. I turned my cameras on because I was like, it sounded like he come out of the tree, but I never heard the wings flapping. I think he just kind of dropped straight down to the bank and then just walked out into the field there. I could only see, you know, probably 20 yards flat the way it rolled, and then where he was probably 40 steps there, and like I could just see his head sticking up through that grass out there. And that's all I needed to see. But once he gobbled out there in the field, I gave him a couple of them soft calls, and I knew when he put his head up out there and was looking through that grass that I can see his head now, and I'm 8 yards back in the woods. He's not going to come any closer. Like, he can see now the whole way to where I am. So I knew that was all I was going to get, was that little bit of a head sticking up. I saw it pop up the one time and kind of got there, my gun pointed there, and I thought if it comes up again, I'm going to kill him. And he stuck it up there long enough that I could get the gun on him, and I put him down. And when I went out there and grabbed him, a hen flew off. So a hen had already come into him, which doesn't surprise me with what I'm seeing. Driving around, I haven't seen any other gobblers, but about every field has a hen or two in it. And the one field I can hunt, there was 4 hens out in that. So it was actually the one I killed my birds in last year. That field had 4 hens in it and no gobblers. So very few gobblers around. I did see a couple miles out the road here, there was 2 gobblers with a group of hens. I might go knock on some doors this evening, see if I can get in on them, because as of now, that's the only other gobblers I know of around. So, but yeah, I feel just getting in tight on that bird, and I mean, I really didn't even try to get in tight on him. He just happened to be roosted right there where I last saw him, and I was, you know, set up good enough with that big tree that he never knew I was there, and gave him some light calls to get him to come close enough and stick his head up over that little bit of a hill to get him killed. But I'll just go over my camp setup here. Food wise, I live on hot dogs, macaroni salad, yogurt for breakfast. Got the Gatorade, a little stove here. I can make my soups and hot dogs, protein bars, bananas. I like these little fruit parfaits for breakfast as well. I'm a coffee drinker, but I don't feel like heating stuff up in the morning, so I just grab these, drink one of them in the morning. Yeah, so went shopping at Walmart and they bagged all my stuff. They didn't have plastic bags in these paper bags, and I was like, what is going on? And then there's like your necessities here for cooking and cleaning, paper towels. This is all the little stove takes, just a little butane cartridge thing. Works great, it heats up real fast. Wipes, yeah, some baby wipes, and you can do a lot with them. You can pretty much shave, shower, shampoo, and shit with those, so they're a must-have. That's camp setup. Got some water. Pretty much just use that to brush my teeth. I brought my fishing rod. There's a farm pond here on this property. I might try and go catch some bass later maybe later this morning, since tagged out so early. But do got one more tag up here, so I will put another day or 2 in, see what I see, see what I hear. But not expecting another morning like this morning, but hey, you never know. Just gotta find one, get on him. Thanks for watching.